Carver. In live, we are having a little bit of computer issues, so we don't have a roster at the moment. We got one, but we don't have it written down, so bear with us as we get going here. We've got Melbourne with the ball first, and there's an open three right off the bat by number 22. Number 22 over from Melbourne is Brennan Birch. They get on the board quickly. It's Duran Miller helping out now on play-by-play. Looks like Lincoln getting down low, and we're going to get a foul. What do we got? We got a jump ball call, and it'll be stay here with Lincoln.
A good job on the other end, finding the shooter early, letting him get in rhythm. Whenever we saw Lamar play, we saw Caleb Green get hot from downtown, and that was the difference maker in that game. So Melbourne trying to use the same strategy.
He's got a spin move. The ball's knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Wolves. Lincoln have another opportunity here. They're going to have number 1, Trey Campbell, inbound it. I'm trying to get this Melbourne roster down. I think I'm good with Lincoln at the moment. Campbell gives it off to number 2. That is Perez. Perez in the lane. Little mid-ranger is good. Lucas Perez for 2. And it's a 3-2 ball game. Both teams get a bucket on their initial possession.
Yeah, nice job by Perez there. Shifty guard, works inside. Gets the 2 for Lincoln.
Shot no good. Put back attempt was also no good. That was Malcolm Hammock. Here comes Lincoln, and it's stolen away quickly. So Birch with the ball. Crosses it over, gives it back up top. That's Hammock. Hammock, a little dribble handoff to number 3, Colin Teague. Now in the corner, we've got a 3. It's no good, but there's a rebound from Birch. And it's going to go back to Lincoln.
Yeah, he was obviously not set, not in that legal guarding position, and as a result, they're going to call that a block.
Don't forget you
down
like,
in
comment,
the lane.
and subscribe.
Nice drive from number 2, Lucas Perez, as he goes all the way from the top of the key to the cup for 2, and it's 4-3. Lincoln with the lead. Boy, both these teams have been playing pretty good ball. Melbourne took down Bergman in the district and regional championship games. And in Lincoln, as you see a bucket down low by number 2, that is Hayden Edwards. Back the other way. Now another steal. Lincoln in transition off the steal. It's good for number 32, Caden Job. Let me get that right. Just like in the Bible. Come on, Carson.
Huh?
I gave you a chance there to bring up some Bible references. Let it go. There's a nice entry into the post. And number 5, Hammock can't get it to go. Here comes Lincoln. They got a 6-5 lead. Nice pass off the baseline to a cutting. Number 32, Caden Job. And the Lincoln fans in the house get excited over that one. It's an and one opportunity.
How about Job getting down low, getting his position? He knows that once he gets in there and gets physical, it's going to be hard to stop him. He's a pretty big-bodied guy, and so he knows that this Melbourne team is going to have to accept that challenge and go in there and get physical with him, and they did, but resulted in a foul.
Can't get the and one to fall. So 8-5 lead, and we got a loose ball right into the hands of Job. He's pushing it. Job, little hezzy move, little push off, kicks it back out to number 3. That 3 is short by Cushing. Offensive board from Trey Campbell. Now number 14 coming downhill, that's Carver. Carver in the lane, he's fouled. He'll get to shoot 2 free throws.
Lincoln finding some offense here. They had Perez.
All right, thank you.
They had Perez come down and score 4 early points, and now getting to the free throw line. We've seen some teams, Bergman Lady Panthers specifically, in their first game, they got really close with Lamar, and they missed their free throws down the stretch, and even also early in the game, they missed their free throws pretty consistently, and so that's what ended up knocking them out of this tournament. And so now, if you can make free throws, that's going to go a long way. Free throws and offensive rebounds, two of the biggest contributors to winning.
First free throw was good by Carver. Second one wouldn't fall, but they're up 4, 9-5 with 4:42 to go in the first period here. There's a nice crossover. Kick out. It's deflected, though. Nice job from Lincoln to get their hands on that ball in the passing lanes. Lincoln was the regular season conference champs in their conference. They lost to Lamar's, though, in the semis. And then they also lost to Elkins in that third place game, give them the 4.
Yeah, Perez there with maybe a ticky-tack foul, but, you know, he's just being aggressive. You've seen Lincoln come up with a couple of those, so he's just trying to play to his strengths right now.
Yeah, you were talking about that Bergman-Lamar game earlier. That was the third time they met this year, and Madison Davidson has been the real issue for Bergman. They don't have nobody who really can match up with her size. They had a great game plan coming in today and really gave Lamar all they wanted and more. And there's an open 3 for Hammock of Melbourne, and he's cut it to 1 with 4:05 to go in the first period. 9-8, the Lincoln Wolves in the lead. Campbell has it up top, working against number 3, Cushing. Now he'll give it off on the wing. No dribble. Back to 14, Carver. His 3 is in and out. And there's the rebound from number 30 over from Melbourne. I'll get that name for you in just a moment. That is Ty Lawrence. And there's a turnover. Melbourne probably not real. Head coach Logan Bailey probably not real excited about how many turnovers they've had early in this first period. Probably a little more than I would think they average, being a 1 seed. Give credit to Lincoln, though. They've been very active, and they'll say this time it was touched and poked away by number 3, Colin Teague. He's going to stay with the Wolves of Lincoln. Trey Campbell to inbound. He's looking at Carver. Now number 3 will have to come get it. Cushing.
Yeah, Lincoln coming in as the underdogs. Probably have a chip on their shoulder, and you see, even with the conference championship that Lincoln has, they're going to have to fight even harder playing against a 1 seed in the first round here.
It's a nice drive from Joe. He could get it to fall. Here comes Lincoln off and running, and we've got a loose spot right there, or slick spot. It's a turnover, and there's a Euro, and he tried to dump it off, and they'll say nobody touched it. Going to go back to the Melbourne Bearcats.
And just a little miscommunication there, and you know, you get a good chance for a transition bucket, but you couldn't convert.
There was a little slip over here earlier right there on a crossover drive. I think it was Cushing on that one. It was either him or 22 earlier in the game. I said Cushing, I was talking about Birch. It was either Birch or number 3, Colin Teague. I'm wondering if there's some moisture. There's a nice drive all the way in. Up. Shot's no good, and there's a steal in transition as they were trying to push the pace. Nice steal from number 5 for Melbourne. That's Hammock. 2:15 to go in a 1-point game. 3-point bucket is a little deep that time off the back iron from Ty Lawrence. And Lincoln likes to run. You could tell anytime they get a chance, they push the pace. And Lucas Perez for 2. They got a timeout. They want to talk about it. It's 11-8, 3-point game. We'll come back right after this.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
We're back at the Pioneer Pavilion here in the first round of the state tournament. The 1-seed Melbourne taking on these 4-seeded Lincoln Wolves, and it's an 11-8 Lincoln lead early. Just under 2 to go, first period. It's a nice entry. He's doubled. He's trying to force it up. There's a lot of contact. It's going to go off of Job. Out of bounds, stays with Melbourne. Now number 20 going to check in for the Bearcats. That is Cale Bray. I can remember that name from calling a Melbourne game a few weeks back against Flippin. And there's a 2-point bucket from Edwards. Gets his second field goal of the game, both from the 2-point variety. They've cut it to a 1-point game now. Trying to drive. He's going to go wrap, kind of a throw it up off the board. Tough little layup at the end. No good. Down a minute 20. Yep. Colin Teague had it for a moment. Now it's in the hands of number 20 who just came in, Bray. Number 2 looking to come downhill. He's going to take a little floater. That was Edwards. And he's starting to come to life. 3 buckets now. He's got 6.
Seems like these two are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, we got a good one in front of us, don't we, Carson?
Got to see who's going to come away with turnovers and offensive rebounds.
That was an excellent drive from Trey Campbell. Got his man up in the air. Was able to stay calm there and get the bucket over him off the board. 35 seconds to go. About a 10-second difference in the shot clock and game clock for the first period. Down low, turnaround by Edwards is good. Edwards with 8 first period points. Melbourne takes the lead, 14-13. Got to get across the timeline here. There they go. 10 on the shot on the game clock. Now down to 5. Lincoln's got to get going. 3. I feel like teams take too long. He ain't going to get it off unless he goes right now. It will not count. Would have if he got it off in time, but it was a full second late.
Yeah, that was definitely late. I'm not sure.
They're talking about it.
I think they said counted it.
One counted it, and they're saying no, it's not. No, they're going to wipe it off the board. So it'll stay 14-13. Melbourne with a 1-point lead, and they just got started too late that time. It was a nice play from, I think it was Job that got the bucket just right after the shot clock. Well, that's the end of 1. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and we'll be ready for the second period right after this right here on ASN.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
We want to appreciate G.H. Miller & Sons, big-time supporters of the Melbourne Bearcats, boys and girls. They're sponsoring both teams at the state tournament here. Appreciate G.H. Miller & Sons. And over for Lincoln, Harps. Harps is taking care of the Wolves from Lincoln, proud supporters. We want to appreciate Harps.
They're also taking care of several other teams, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Which is good.
We'll talk about them during those games.
538 live devices. Thank you for each one of them.
Harps has been an amazing sponsor. We appreciate everything they've done. Support local basketball here in the state of Arkansas, especially here in the 3A. And there's an up and under move right off the bat for Colin Teague. And he gets the second period going and extends the lead to 3.
Yeah, and that bucket that didn't count because they didn't get it off in time. It's a big swing. They were up by 1 and now down by 3.
Job, tough pass. Somehow stays with it. Tries to get back to Job. He will. Up through contact, no good. And there's a nice rebound from number 5, Hammock. Tough dribble there. Got away with a carry. And there's a jump stop up left hand. It rolls out. Tipped out, but into the hands of Carver. Here comes the Wolves. A 3 will tie it, a 2 will cut it to 1. Trey Campbell, crossover behind the back. There's a nice couple moves. And they're going to say offensive foul, I believe. Yep. Say the off arm, little chicken wing action. It's too much contact that time. You know, Lincoln impresses me. They got a couple guys that really can isolate you a little bit and drive. And then they got Job down there, who's a big body. You mentioned that about him earlier. He's, you know, he's an animal down there and tough to guard. And I'm sure he draws a lot of fouls against him most nights.
Yeah, well, they took Perez out now, but what I was going to say was you get Perez and Job maybe in some pick and roll action, something like that. That could be pretty dangerous.
So Lincoln moving around. Now they'll get it down inside. That was number 2. He had 8 points in the first period, Edwards. And now we got another turnover. Melbourne, little sloppy to start this game. Way too many turnovers right now. There's a nice drive, Euro to finish for Carver. Lincoln gets their first points of the second period.
It was a good job just kind of slowing that play down a little bit, taking his time, getting inside, and finding the bucket for 2.
And to shoot 2, you can see early the game plan right now for Lincoln is to get that ball inside the paint to Edwards. Edwards, pretty good length. I don't have his, let me see if I can find a height for him. I was going to guess about 6'3". That's what they got him down, 6'3", 180. He uses every bit of it. Tough to defend down in the paint. He's good on the first free throw.
Yeah, nice job of just finding somewhere inside to get some offense. It feels like Melbourne's been a little bit stagnant. This game is still a 1-point game. It's just, for whatever reason to me, it feels like Lincoln's got momentum right now.
So both free throws are good. They've stretched it to 3. And it's a, you know, what you're kind of saying is, I mean, it feels like Lincoln's maybe playing a little better, but you look up and they're down. And that, give credit to Melbourne. I mean, they're just a really good ball team. Hard to beat a team that can beat you from different spots. You got Hammock with a 3, Birch with a 3, 2 points for Colin Teague, and 10 now for Edwards. So they're spreading it around.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get Birch some more shots on the perimeter. But, you know, right now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Campbell has the ball. That's Teague. Trey Campbell, I was right. Got some contact. They're going to get the foul this time on Lincoln.
Well, the coach for Melbourne has a legitimate complaint. You know, he's saying that the shot clock had violated before the foul happened, and the referees are going to overturn that call there.
Yep. Yeah, I never heard it. Did y'all hear it up here?
I heard it.
Okay. So Colt Cushing brings it up, give off. There's an extra pass, but it's through the hands and comes away to Job and Lincoln. Here they come, pushing. Job trying to get all the way. He's going to finish strong with an and one opportunity. Caden Job. Big time play, coast to coast. Chase want to put a headset on? Got an extra here. You want a headset? Pass it down here. Job trying to finish off this and one, the old-fashioned three-point play, and he gets it. He missed one earlier, 1 of 2 now from the stripe. Melbourne quickly gets across the press. They're trying to push secondary transition. Little reverse layup top action. No good. Tough angle on that little finger roll. And right back into Job. He's in the paint, turn around, kicks it out. 3 out of the corner is good. That is number 3, Colt Cushing. And there's a charge. And you're starting to feel a little momentum from Lincoln. And I know I called Colin Teague of Melbourne, called him Cushing earlier. I apologize. Like I said, we couldn't pull our rosters up, so we had to run down, get some stuff from the table, and come up here and jot it down real quick. So Nothing's in order, so just trying to bear with it. Teague picks his dribble up long ways from Trey Campbell, that was, from the basket. Now, Cushing had it. Number 5 has to give it off. Back up top. A lot of contact. Another 3 out of the corner. And that's Cushing again, his second in a row. And there's a deflection, but comes away to Melbourne. 24-18, biggest lead of the game for either team. Bounce pass. Had 2 options. I think he took the tougher one. Coming back the other way. A lot of contact. They able to save it. That was a pretty good job from Carver to get out of there. He was in trouble for a moment.
How about Lincoln going on a 9-0 run right now? They were down 18-15. It's now 18-24.
There's a charge the other way. This was going to be on Job, and let's see how many that's on him. That's just his first. That's good news for the Lincoln Wolves. Whoa, this is a great matchup.
Yeah, both of these teams have guys who can score. You just got to find your shooters if you're Melbourne. Try to get back into this. There's one right there.
Yep, that's Colin Teague. Shot's no good. It's tipped out. Going to go back to Lincoln. .3:43 to go in the first half. It's a 6-point advantage for the Wolves right now. Campbell brings it up, gives it off to Cushing. Cushing being guarded by number 22, Birch. Now we're on the other side, and that's Campbell coming downhill. Throws up with the right hand, no good. Tipped out, loose ball. What a pass into Job from Campbell, and Job able to finish. And he has 9 and counting, and they are up 8, and they want to talk about it over at Lincoln. We got a full timeout. Let's throw our locals up again real quick. G.H. Miller Sons, proud supporters of the Melbourne Lady and the Senior High Boy Bearcats. Appreciate y'all over at Melbourne supporting your team. Was able to talk to them earlier this week or last week. It's kind of a blur now. It was last week, and it was an easy to talk to them. They were definitely ready to support these Lady Bearcats, or these both of them, the Bearcats and the Lady Bearcats. And then over for Lincoln, Harps jumped on with this with Lincoln and several other schools. We really appreciate it. Only way we're doing this is with some sponsorship. Got about 15 seconds. You got a quick one you want to go to, or we can just keep it here, Aaron. It's no big deal. We'll keep it here. We got 10 now. So, head coach Logan Bailey trying to get a hold of it here, as the momentum in the arena has definitely been favoring Lincoln as of late, Carson.
Yeah, you know, we kind of felt it there a little bit, and eventually it boiled over, and Lincoln was able to capitalize.
There's a deflection. It'll be Melbourne ball. It was touched.
We knew that Melbourne, if they kept turning the ball over like they were going to be in some trouble, and it finally caught up with them. Got to go back to the fundamentals.
And here's one of the guys that's got to start hitting some threes that'll really help them. Colin Teague, that one rose in and out. Lincoln with a chance to go up by double digits. Trey Campbell, nice pass, little soft spot. Hammock just kind of hanging out, or I'm sorry, Brewer just kind of hanging out and gets his first 2 of the game. 28-18, way to keep your head up. If you're young folks watching Trey Campbell, that's how you drive and dish right there. Bray gives it back off to Cushing, and it's stolen away. Lincoln out ahead, and it's blocked from behind. Campbell follows the shot up and finishes. Trey Campbell, only 4 points, but he's been very active. Had a nice assist just a second ago, got that bucket. Following up the shot from number 14, Carver. There's a kick ball. It's going to stay with Melbourne.
Less than 2 minutes. If you're Melbourne, you got to find a way to close this out.
That's one of the guys right there they like shooting. That one's going to fall. Kind of hit every part of the rim multiple times and drop back down. He got the roll, and that was Birch. Big Tom 3, his second of the game, first in this period, and he's cut it to 9. They really needed that shot, Carson.
Yeah, Brennan Birch was the one who opened the game with the 3 for Melbourne, and now he responds to the little run that Lincoln went on. It was a 12-0 run, and he's the one that stopped it.
Carver has one go in and out, and there's number 2 who really has had a good night, Edwards. He can't get it to go. Offensive board, it won't go by Bray. And they can't cut into this gap. Lincoln's going to have a chance to increase it. We're under 1 minute to play in the half. And there's Campbell, a little lob, loose. I think Edwards might have got a piece of it, kind of poked it loose. Bounce pass down low off of Melbourne, stays with the Wolves. I'm sorry, stays with the Bearcats. And you got number 2 coming in, Lucas Perez, going to give Job a break. And now number 5 coming in, Hammock for Melbourne. Malcolm Hammock. They'll get it in. There's a 3. It's no good. Look at number 5 fighting for it. Impressive. They're going to get another one. Malcolm Hammock. Willing it right there. He wasn't going to take no for an answer, was he?
Yeah, that's just relentless effort. You can tell that Melbourne feels like they have some unfinished business, and now they're going on a little 5-0 run of their own.
Pretty good defense right here from Colin Teague on Campbell. And Campbell finally has to give it off. There's a jumper, kind of a free throw line extended shot, no good. Melbourne getting downhill, dish it off, and they get the foul late. And Edwards with an and 1 opportunity. They've cut it to 5. They can make it 4 here.
Talk about a game of runs. Lincoln goes on a 12-0 run, and now a chance at a 7-0. Well, it's already a 7-0, so a chance at an 8-0 run for Melbourne to get them right back into this ball game. 7.6 in the first half left. The bad news is you give Lincoln a chance at the last shot here.
Lawrence and T coming back in. Free throw, looked like he might have been fading a little bit on that shot. Didn't help him. 3 on the clock. They'll get this one off at time. It'll count if it goes. It won't. Decent attempt from Bryson Carver. But that's how we're going to end the half. 30 for Lincoln, 25 for Melbourne. That was a really good ball game so far. It's been competitive back and forth. We've seen some runs on both sides. Let's go to break. We'll come back with some halftime totals and talk about it a little bit more.
When we need the help of legal services, we'll let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
Physical and make sure we stay on the boards.
Absolutely. What's some things that you see there that you've seen from this first half you maybe can change up in the second half?
One, we got to keep 2 from the bucket. I mean, that dude, I think he's got 10 of their 25. We got to keep him away from the bucket.
Absolutely, Coach. Best of luck to you going forward, man. Yes, sir. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Alan. We appreciate that interview there. That was a Legacy Highlights halftime report. And just some important talk there from head coach Sterling Morphus over from Lincoln. I mean, he's right. Keep Edwards away from the paint. Keep the ball out of his hands. Edwards there, if he could have got that and 1, he would have ended up with 13. He ends up with 12, though. 12 for him. We got 2 for Colin Teague, 6 for Birch, 5 for Malcolm Hammock. Over for Lincoln, you've got 6 for Colt Cushing, 3 for Bryson Carver, 9 for Caden Job, 4 for Trey Campbell, and 6 for Lucas Perez. Got them all in that first period early before he had to come out. And then 2 for Brewer. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different Wolves into the action. You've got 5 different ones that have scored. 4 different ones that have scored for Melbourne. What I've seen early, Carson, I've seen Lincoln definitely likes to get in transition any chance they can. They've got active hands. They deflect a lot of balls. I feel like Melbourne turned the ball over way more than they wanted to early on, especially. They seemed to kind of, when they made their little run here at the end, they kind of tightened up a little bit. You weren't seeing the turnovers, and that helped fuel it. But that's definitely what kind of helped Lincoln get in that lead and get in that position. And, one of the issues for them is Job. Job is a problem that they've got to match up with. He draws a lot of fouls. He's really active down low. And then I just really like what I see out of Lincoln and their drivers. They've got Trey Campbell, who can get his shot. I've seen Bryson Carver come downhill. Colt Cushing's done a little bit of it. So they're definitely a tough matchup. And I haven't seen a true 4 today yet, right? None of these 4s feel like 4s. We've got a very good bracket. Oh, hold on. We'll get you hooked up here. What number is he on?
Who? You?
Good.
Yeah.
All
there
right.
you are.
Yeah, well, they went on that run there at the end, I believe, without Perez in the game. And Perez was really the driving force of a lot of what they were doing in the first half. He was able to do really good dribble drive stuff and dish it off to Job. And just really, really good creator and a facilitator for that team. I was really impressed with his defense as well. And then as far as Job goes, nobody can match up with him for Melbourne. You kind of talked about it. He's just so physical on the inside. They have some guys who might be his size and his height, but he's so physical on the inside. It's hard for them to match up with that. He's obviously very solid in the post. He's worked on his post moves. So you just don't have anybody who can match up with a guy with any solid post defense. At least that's good enough to handle him. And then for Melbourne, I've been saying it the whole game. Just got to find your shooters. They got them. They got shooters on that roster. I'd like to see him get the ball to Brendan Birch a little bit more. I think that whenever he was given opportunities to make threes, he made them. And then, you have guys all over the floor that, they just were unable to find or were unable to create shots for them. Mm-hmm. And so you just got talent all over the floor, and you don't know how you're going to work it in. And I think that's a testament, too, to the really tenacious defense that Lincoln's had.
Yeah.
So, it's not all Melbourne's fault. Lincoln came out ready to play.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely hit on some excellent points there. It's just a really good matchup. I feel like there's a couple guys from Melbourne that have to continue to hit some shots. They can't depend on Edwards to do it all in the paint. He's going against some really good defenders down there. But Birch hit a couple threes. Malcolm Hammock had one in the first period. I feel like Colin T's got to get a couple to drop. Cal Bray, he seems to have the ball a lot in the high post area, more of a facilitator so far in this game. But some of those guys, and then Birch, he's got to get a few more to drop. He's had some pretty good looks. He's gotten 2 to go, but they're going to need some more threes to fall. And if they will just take care of the rock, eliminate the turnovers, things have been going pretty well for them when they do that, and I think that could be the difference. But if Lincoln continues to get in these passing lanes and get deflections and turn it into quick transition, it's going to be a tough game for Melbourne, and they could definitely go down as our first one going down in this tournament.
Yeah, we've seen it on the boys and the girls side. The 1 seeds have been pretty strong. We saw Bergman give Lamar fits in that girls game for sure, but at the end of the day, Lamar pulled it out. So this would be the first true upset of the tournament.
Yeah,
and so,
if they can pull it off,
right,
I agree.
Right.
Well, we're about to get back to action here. We're going to take a quick break, but that was our Bank of 1889 halftime show. I want to appreciate the Bank of 1889. We'll be back with more second half action right after this.
think about the future, but we know there's growth in the journey. At ATU, we value this moment because here, nature becomes your classroom. So breathe it in. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Look, everybody's talking about D3 Auto Sales in Desart. Little town, big dealership, okay? And I asked myself, what is it? Is it the pricing? Yes, the pricing. You can get one of these nice vehicles for not a lot of money. Don't be a loser. Follow us on Facebook, d3autosales.com. Look, everybody's talking about D3 Auto Sales, and I say to myself, there must be something special about this dealership, and it's their prices. You can get one of these vehicles right up here for not a lot of money, right? That's D3 Auto Sales in Desart, d3autosales.com.
All right, we're back. We're getting ready now. As they're about to inbound, Lincoln will have the ball first. And we're trying to finalize the rest of these rosters. All right.
We've got 695 live devices.
Amazing. Thank y'all so much. Campbell trying to get a little space there. Gives it off to Job. Job way away from the basket at the moment. And they're going to take a contested three. It's no good. And there's a rebound. And there's a deflection that we've been talking about. Melbourne's got to be deliberate with the rock in this half.
Some of the turnovers are Melbourne being a little bit sloppy, but some of it is Lincoln just creating the turnovers.
Downhill play. Nice drive from number 11, Williams. Tanner Williams, point guard for this squad. Campbell answers on the other end. Campbell with 6 now. 5-point game still, 32-27. Both teams have traded a basket so far to start the second period.
Man.
Down, and it shot is going to fall out. Here comes Campbell pushing that pace. Kicks it in the corner to Job. Job, they're going to get the offensive foul. It's kind of a late whistle, and head coach Sterling Morphus is upset with that call. Talking to the referee, wanting an explanation. He's explaining it to him. Coach Morphus shakes his head and walks away.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Job didn't have any contact there, but I think that the Melbourne player definitely maybe sold it a little bit more than it was. But that's what you got to do sometimes.
Oh, I agree. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
So up top, there's a nice drive, but he can't finish. That was number 22, Birch. And there's a three on the other end. That hurts. If you're a Melbourne fan, that one stings a little. That's the third made three for Colt Cushing. And they're back up 8. Got a crossover in the lane, left-hand finish, too strong. And there's a rebound for Job. It's a 3-on-2. Job finally kicks in the corner. Cushing, they're going to say he stepped out. And you'll see this a lot. I don't know if y'all have seen it a lot today. I didn't get here till a little bit at the end of that last game. But when you play college campuses, you got a wider, that other three-point line, guys step out down on that corner area a lot.
Yeah, we were talking about in another game that a lot of players instinctually will go to the college three-point line instead of the high school one.
Yes.
And we've seen that a lot still. It hasn't changed.
Throws them off a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, 19.9 for high school, and I believe that college is 22-something. So,
yeah, it's an extra 3 feet almost. I think maybe less than that, but
22-3 maybe pops in my head,
so
but
almost,
I could be wrong.
almost 3 feet of difference, and that's
significant.
Yeah, it's
right?
significant. Yeah, it can be the difference in making and missing a three.
Tanner Williams gives it off to Brendan Birch. Now number 3 comes and gets it. That's Colin Teague. Hammock's going to hand off. Coming downhill is Williams on a little curl action. He finishes with a left-hand floater. That's his second. He didn't have any at the half. He's got 4 now. And getting his game going a little bit, and they need it. Back to 6-point game. Campbell gives it off. Cushing. Cushing has 3 made threes. He dribbles in the paint, comes back up top, gives it off to Campbell. Campbell looking at Job, asking for a screen. And number 5 wouldn't allow him to set the screen. Hammock, that's a pretty good job right there. Now, a long ways from the basket is Carver. He gets a spin move, gets down, shot's no good. Good defense from Edwards, and he takes away the rebound. Hayden's pushing. Now they'll slow it up. Back into Hayden Edwards. Hammock has the ball. Cutting. Edwards try to go around his man and lay it up with the left hand. No good. Here comes Leakin. Job. Let's see what he does this time. Spin move. Finish. Caden Job with 11. He is a great player for these Lincoln Wolves. And that ball, the pocket's picked. It's going to stay with Melbourne. Long 3 from Birch, no good. And Edwards fighting for the rebound, but Job's going to finally clean it up. Here comes Carver. He'll back it out. Now Job up top. He's got Edwards on him. Gives it off. Campbell comes and gets it. Campbell working against Teague. Backing down. Kind of faked a little handoff, and then he decided to go with it, but lost the dribble. They say it was touched by Melbourne. So Campbell has it on the inbounds. He's at the R and North Arc on the baseline. Way up top, and that's going to be stolen away. And this is a fast break opportunity. And a nice finish from number 22, Brendan Birch. His 8th point in the ball game. They cut it back to 6. They kind of been getting within 5, 6, and they can't kind of get over that hump. See if they can get a back-to-back stop here. Carver gives it off to Job. Hammock was on him. Job gets around everybody. They're going to set up for a charge. They're going to wave it off. And they're going to draw the charge. And who do we have down there? Is that Edwards? No, that's number 11, Williams. That's going to be the 3rd foul on Job. So he didn't get a foul till late in the second period, but now he's got 3. He's going to the bench for a moment. Did you see who they bring in? Was it Perez?
Looks like Perez is not out there.
No, I think it was. I'm trying to get the number. I think it's number 5 came in. Brewer. That shot hangs on the rim for a moment and falls off. Trey Campbell pushing it up ahead. Up into number 11. He's fouled. That's Alex Harris. It possibly was Harris that came in. Harris at the free throw stripe. That's the 2nd on number 11, Tanner Williams. Good on the first, second one. Oh, sorry, he was no good on the first one. Second one was good. He's got 5 in a period. Yeah, and he's been out there, so I believe we were right with Brewer, the one checking in. So, mid-range shot is a little short, and there's Edwards doing what he does. That one's batted out of there, and they're going to get a second offensive rebound, and there's an open 3. Best time to shoot a 3 is off an offensive rebound, and number 22, Brendan Birch, makes them pay. He's got 11. It's a 4-point game.
He's a guy that you want to get open looks to, and I believe that's his 3rd 3 of the ball game, so he's familiar with that shot.
That's correct. Campbell looking to drive, spin move, help defense, kick out. He left his man open. That's Carver. It was short. And look at this. You got to get back if you're Lincoln, because Melbourne's trying to push as well. There's an offensive board from Edwards. Another one. He's fouled. That's Hammock, not Edwards. Number 5, and he's going to shoot 2 at the free throw strop. He can cut it to 2. That's the 4th team foul on Lincoln. First foul on Alex Harris. And we got a timeout, a 30. Let's take about let's pull up our locals again. I want to thank G.H. Miller and Sons over for the Melbourne Bearcats supporting these boys and girls. We'll get that up for you in a moment. We've switched producers. And Paulo now doing a little producing. Yep, he's providing a little color too, probably here in a moment, if we give him a chance to talk. And then we got Harps. Harps Food Store is taking care of several schools and proud supporters of the Lincoln Wolves. I think we missed the comeback interview at halftime. We got the first one with Coach Morphus, but we apologize about that. There's a first free throw is good from Hammock, and you got the Dover Lady Pirate cheerleaders coming in the arena. They're getting ready to play in a 1-4 versus center point next. The second one is good. So Trey Campbell brings it across, and his team is only up 2 now. The lead has diminished. You got Joe back in the game with 3 fouls in a high post. Carver has the ball. Nice defense. Making it tough on him was Birch. And they're going to lose it out of bounds. Back to Lincoln. I'm sorry, back to Melbourne. Edwards has the ball, gives it off to number 3, that's Teague. Now down low, Hammock's shot won't fall. Cushing with the rebound, he gives it off to Campbell. They get it up ahead to Job. Job's had a couple charges taken against him. He's got to be careful when he gets the ball. Those 3 fouls. Perez thought about getting downhill and it's stolen. And we got some guys not hustling back for Lincoln. They got to change that quickly. Made it a lot easier to play. Tanner Williams, he's got 7 all in this period. It's been third period has been the Tanner Williams show. And there's a steal. They're going to get a foul beforehand. I think they're going to charge Edwards. They will get Edwards. That's just his first. Second team foul for the Bearcats. Perez going to go to the bench. Brewer back in. That's a tough inbounds. And, Melbourne fans didn't like that one. Thought that Job was the last to touch it. So they finally get it in. Campbell up to Job now. Carver poked out from behind. Melbourne giving. There's a dunk and a throwdown. Hayden Edwards with the one-hand slam for his 14th point, but his first point in this period. And they've gone to a 2-point lead now, their first lead since the second period.
How about the emphatic slam? And Melbourne.
He left no doubt, right?
All right, they have the momentum now. They've gone on a nice run. And, you know, in the first half, it was Lincoln that was putting so much pressure on the ball, and they were the ones getting turnovers, and now it's flipped, and Melbourne's the one playing aggressive and getting turnovers.
I was trying to say a little taste of their own medicine, but then he dunked it, so we had to get into that. Showtime action. Let's see Bourbon Boys head coach.
Bo Martin.
In the arena. Yeah, Bo Martin. Lincoln holding the ball here for his last shot of the third period. Shot clock is off. They're down to 10. Here they go, and there's a long jumper from Job, no good. Melbourne has another chance. He's going to take one. Had some more time. It goes out. They're still going to have a .5 left.
I know it doesn't really matter, but if you're Lincoln, you cannot give them a chance at the last shot. As a coach, that would drive me crazy.
I don't think it'll count. It's going to be short anyways. He said it wouldn't count. It's .5 on the clock. You can't. I think you got to have .6 to catch and shoot. Well, we're going to end the third with Melbourne on a big-time run. They're up 40-38. Let's take a break. We'll come back with all your fourth period action right after this.
Nothing came easy, but with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot, because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Got the student section for Melbourne really going at it there for a moment, getting their team fired up. We kind of missed it. We come back right when they were kind of finishing. Appreciate Chase Carpenter and everything he does on camera for us. One of the best in the business. So there's Edwards off a curl. It's poked away. He gets it back, stays with it, up and in, and one. Wow, what a play from Hayden Edwards. Well, he brings the intensity. You got to love it if you're a Melbourne fan to see it. Lincoln now in a 4-point deficit, could be 5.
That's the kind of play that will get this crowd back into it if they weren't already.
And one is good. 17 big points for Edwards. They really slowed him down in that third, but he's come on life at the very end of it and the start of this one. Campbell, nice move, kick out. Carver, open 3 inside the college line. It's short. And they're going to say off of Lincoln. Melbourne ball. I think I just said that backwards.
Yep, Lincoln.
Lincoln ball.
Lincoln ball, yeah.
Got to get it in. There they go to Job. Now Campbell back with it. He's got a screen from Job. Now he's going to come baseline. Hangs, bounce pass into Carver. Good defense from Hammock, but they'll say he got a piece of the hand or the arm. And that's going to put Carver on the line for 2. Bryson Carver, he had 3 at the break. Hasn't scored in the second half. He's got an opportunity right here. Free throw is long.
When you're trying to get back into a game like this, free throws are so critical, and we've seen it come back to bite so many teams just in general, but then, Bergman girls, I keep saying it over and over. That was one of the games where if they had made some of those free throws, they might still be in this tournament.
Right. And points have just been tough to come by for Lincoln in the second half. They only had 7 in the third period. Still haven't scored yet in this fourth. And like we're just alluding to, those free throws you're leaving out there in a tough game really are big. 43-38, we got a kick ball. It's going to stay with Melbourne. Edwards will inbound it, and he gets it in to Bray. Bray now kicks it out. Campbell comes up, guard number 11, Williams. Williams will give it back up to Colin Teague. Edwards going to come get it. See if he can get some isolation. Crossover, spin move, left hand, finish. He gets the lip of the rim, and Edwards is putting on a show, folks. I'm telling you right now, I feel like Lincoln, and here's a nice play from Carver. Oh! I think they're going to get the charge. I'm not sure what he was about to do. As the ref got took out, hyperextended the knee there. He's definitely shooken up a little bit. Now he's explaining to the other referee what we got. They're going to say a blocking foul and 2 shots. It's like stepping in a gopher hole, of course, but it's a 200-pound body come flying in at you.
Right. Well, we haven't seen Job doing what he was doing in that first half. I think that's been one of the keys. Melbourne's found a way to limit him here in the second half.
Yeah, and he's got to get going. He's got to find a way, and I think a couple of those charges against him when he's making his moves kind of got him to kind of hold back a little bit. He hasn't been as aggressive, and now's the time with 3 fouls. And they're going to say Edwards stepped on the line. Edwards thought he was fouled. Thought he got pushed. So Lincoln here with another opportunity to close this gap. They made one of the free throws. They're 1 of 4 on their last 4 attempts, all in this period.
And I do realize I've got the score wrong, but we don't have a -1, so we'll get it made up in just a moment.
It's 45-39 technically.
Yes.
Or literally. Campbell, kick out. That was deflected, but into the hands of Carver. Carver stepped through, powers up with the right hand, no good. And long rebound, and here comes Melbourne running. Nice finish from Williams, Tanner Williams. He had a huge third period, and he gets a bucket right now in the fourth. Back to an 8-point game, and there's Job. We got a timeout from Coach Morphus. They got to talk about it right now. This game is pivotal moment right now to get away from them. They need to get a good look right now at the basket. They're going to have to get some stops, and they can't let – give credit to Melbourne. When they run, they run. They get down the court quick, but they're going to have to find a way to stop that. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
When we need the help of legal services, we'll let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
All right, we're back. Proud supporters of the Melbourne Bearcats, the G.H. Miller and Sons, established in 1923, building for a better business tomorrow. Appreciate them, and want to appreciate Harps, the Lincoln Wolves. So here we go. 6:19 left in this one. Lincoln's ball. They're down 8. They'll inbound it to Trey Campbell. Campbell's working against number 3, Colin Teague. Now they dump it down low, and we got a foul. And that's going to be it'll be the third team foul in Melbourne. Lincoln with only 1 so far in this period. Carver's going to inbound from the baseline and gets it into Campbell now. Looks like they're trying to get the ball to Job, and he's going to go all the way. His little scoop's no good. He falls down, gets fouled while he's tripped, and gets the shot to go. Wow.
That's 100% effort play there. I mean, he just hunted down the rebound, got it. As he's going down, he's able to get it back up just by his pure strength. That's a great job, and we talked about it. You're going to have to get him back involved in the ball game if you want to come out with a W here.
Just his 4th point in the second half. Of course, he had to go to the bench in the third with 3 fouls early in that period. He had 9 at the break. And now he's got 14 after that made free throw on the and 1. 5-point game. Lincoln needs back-to-back stops here. Bray, bounce pass, Campbell, he's too quick for that play. Ball comes out, and there's Job leading the pack. Euro, kick out, open 3 from College. Range is no good, but then there's Job doing what Job does. You can't keep the man down. You can take everything away from him. And he's still going to go back up strong, and he gets the and 1 opportunity again.
I just wonder why you're yelling in my ear.
I'm excited.
It's easy when you do this.
When you see guys do plays like that,
you feed off the energy of the building.
Just wait until Dover plays.
And we don't peak. This board, Unless you put it all the way up, it
Yeah.
don't peak too bad. So usually, unless
go with it.
I did hear something earlier, but I think that was when we were still getting our ambience fixed. Ambience, however you
I
say
don't know
it.
how he fixed that, by the way.
I don't either, but I'm glad it's fixed.
Right.
It's weird when you
it's
call
like
games. There's no crowd noise.
Just calling it out of a closet.
Right. I remember doing a baseball game like that in our press box once, and all you heard was the wood kind of creaking when you bent over, leaning on the bench.
I have the score wrong again, by the way. 47-45. I know that.
2-point game, 47-45 after that made and one. Back-to-back and ones from Joe. Williams going all the way to the rack. Left hand finish is good. What a play. And he's doing it all in the second half. Campbell coming full speed into the lane. Through the contact, gets it to fall. What a game. 49-47 now.
And the Melbourne fans thought he might have taken an extra step there, but doesn't matter. Referees say it was good, so that's what counts on the scoreboard.
Williams just drove. This time a dish to Hammock. Hammock to Edwards. Now back into Hammock. He's turning around. Left hand finish. Baby hook. No good. But he'll shoot two.
How about this 1-4 game? I mean, this is another just awesome 1-4 game.
Yeah, this
right?
has been, and I know you took a break there when I got here. This has been a spectacular matchup. Did they have the game on in the hospitality room?
They did, yeah.
Good deal, good deal. Did they have audio on it?
They did.
Nice.
Hello in the hospitality room.
Yes. Hammock is good on the first one, giving his team a 3-point lead. He can make it a 2-possession game if he can make this one. We're just under 5 to play, 4:59. That one, he got the rope.
It's free throws down the stretch are always so important. When I played basketball in high school, our coach would always make our conditioning contingent on whether or not we made free throws to put us in a pressure situation.
There's Job coming downhill, little push off on Hammock. Can't get the roll, and it's knocked out. They'll say Lincoln ball. Oh, they're going to talk about this. They're maybe having overturn because Melbourne was really upset with that call. Let's see. Nope, they're going to keep it. But I like the fact that they went and talked about it. They want to make sure they get it right. So Campbell's got to get it in. He's got about a second now. He finally gets it into Cushing. Cushing's going to give it off. Oh, got a lot of contact. No whistle. Gets the ball back. Kicks it out, but it's got a kick ball. Finally got the call.
Yeah, Perez did a good job getting out of traffic there, and then the kicked ball really saved his bacon on that one. But, you know, it's so hard trying to get out of this really tough Melbourne defense. And like we talked about a little bit, they flipped the script here in the second half. They've been the aggressors defensively.
Look at Job here trying to get positioning. He's going to go up strong. Couldn't quite get the angle off the board he wanted. And Hammock looking to go coast to coast. Euro, right hand finish. It's good. They got guys that can go all the way. They're really good at that. And when you got multiple guys that can go coast to coast on you, that's just a hard guard. We got a break. It's going to be a 30. Let's pull up our locals again. G.H. Sons, proud supporters of the Lincoln Wolves. Nope, the Melbourne Bearcats. Sorry, I had someone saying hi to me as they walked by. G.H. Miller & Sons, established in 1923. They're building for a better business tomorrow. Just proud supporters of the Bearcats. Like I said earlier, talked to them on the phone last week, and they just easy, you know, hey, we'd love to support Melbourne, boys and girls. Really appreciate them. And we appreciate Harps for supporting the Lincoln Wolves. So they're going to inbound it, let it roll a little bit. They're down 6, 53-47. We'll get that clock fixed or that score fixed for you. There's a 3. If that one would have failed, it took care of all your problems, but it didn't.
Dadgummit. Trying to push timeouts, and I pushed the wrong button. We don't have a minus.
Edwards really working with Campbell up top, trying to get open. Now they're trying to dump it down. He's in amongst a couple of Wolves. He tries to draw the foul. No good. Lincoln loses it. They're going to say it touched the baseline. It's going to stay with Melbourne. Cushing looks to inbound from the R and North Arc. He gets it into number 22. That is Birch. Birch throws one up, right hand. He don't get the and one, but he's going to draw the foul and shoot.
Yeah, Birch has been a spark plug today for Melbourne. Whenever they need instant offense, he's their guy. 3 threes in this game, and so he's been doing it inside and out. That's the kind of player you want. And then, of course, defensively, we've talked about it a lot. They've turned up the pressure here in the second half, and Birch has been a big part of that.
Yep, he's good on the first. That's his 12th point. He has a 2-point field goal and those 3 threes you alluded to, and 1 free throw. Trying to give his team an 8-point lead, and he does.
They've got Job sitting back here, waiting in the corner. If I were them, I'd get him down on the block.
He's coming up into the high post right now, setting a screen for Campbell. Campbell gives it off to Carver. Carver looking to drive. He's got a pivot established there. He tries to dump it into Job. They'll say Job touched it last, and that's a turnover. And we got a timeout. Lincoln, they want to talk about this. It looks like it's going to be a full. They're in a tough spot right now. 55-47, 8-point game. Let's go to one of our commercials. We'll be back right after this.
Nothing came easy, but with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot, because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
About D3 Auto Sales, and I say to myself, there must be something special about this dealership, and it's their prices. You can get one of these vehicles right up here for not a lot of money, right? That's D3 Auto Sales in Desart, d3autosales.com.
All right, we're back here at the Pioneer Pavilion in Harrison, North Ark College. We got an 8-point game, 55-47, Melbourne ball with the lead. Lincoln's they're going to have to get 3 stops in a row here that will really help them out. Cushing has it. I'm sorry, that's Colin Teague. He's getting a screen from Edwards. Edwards going to go away from it. Teague kick out. Tanner Williams with the ball. And they'll say he stepped out on that baseline, and we see that again. Just not used to that 3-point line being so wide. You get more of those.
Aaron, we're black there.
I did.
Carver to Campbell. Campbell working against Teague. Gives it off. Now Perez, spin move, picks his dribble up. Skip pass to Campbell. Campbell not one that shoots a lot of threes. He's looking to drive. He gets by his man and finishes. It's a nice drive from Trey Campbell.
That's a good play right there, because now you're within 3 minutes and it's a 2-score game. It's not a terrible spot to be in, but it's not ideal either.
Almost a turnover in the backcourt there on the handoff. Lincoln, Melbourne dodges a bullet on that one. It's a 6-point game. There's a steal. They got to have it right now. A big-time stop. Can Cushing go all the way? No good, but guess who? Job, his putback is no good. That one hurt. That one hurt if you're a Wolves fan. 6-point game and 2:09 left of your season here. Edwards, kick out. Williams comes baseline. Back to Edwards. He's got great hands. It was partially deflected. He's able to get it through all that contact. Go up and in. And there's Job. It's another one that just barely rims out. He's trying to get some space. He's blocked by Hammock over the top. And Hammock goes coast to coast. Finger roll, no good. Job never went, so they could throw it back to him. Melbourne finally gets back, and Carver takes a 3. It's no good. And wheels are starting to come off the tracks a little bit right now for Lincoln late. Down 8, minute 30 to go. Got a timeout. We're going to have a D3 Auto Sales player of the game to announce at the end of this one. And real quickly, we haven't done that all day. Let's just go ahead and go through them.
Okay.
Lamar, who y'all giving it to? Corey Sanders or Davidson?
Well, Sanders was big down the stretch.
Didn't miss a free throw.
Mayfield played well as well. I think you got to give it to Sanders, though, just because of the clutch, that she did. Yeah, I
free
think,
throws at the end. That's her game right there. Corey Sanders or D3 Auto Sales of game 1. Game number 2 was Lamar and Flippin' Boys. Lamar getting the win. Noonan, I didn't get to watch a lot of that when I was on the way
I would
up.
give it to Caleb Green, personally.
Yeah.
Caleb Green had a big day. Football quarterback. Excellent basketball player, the senior. Okay, so Caleb Green gets that one. The last game, when I was coming in, was Manila Lions getting a big victory. You might have to pull up some of those names. We're not as familiar with them. Who did y'all have in that one?
Well, I know that number 3, whose name is completely beyond me right now, for Manila, had a great game. And then number 14 did as well. I remember her last name was Deeds. She had a good game as well.
Yeah. Farmer was also good that game.
Farmer. Yep. Yeah, that was it. Who y'all got? Farmer or Deeds? Is that what you said?
Up to me?
Yeah, go ahead, Carson. Call it.
I would give it to Farmer, probably.
Okay, Farmer. D3 also says player of the game. There's a steal in the backcourt. Carver, he gets it to go. There's still a little bit of life left in these Lincoln Wolves. They still got a swinger's chance here. Got to get some more steals or they're going to have to foul if they don't. Campbell, they'll finally get the foul. And just a 14th foul, so Lincoln's got to give one more before they can get them to shoot. We'll see if Lincoln can get a steal off this inbounds. If not, you'll probably see them foul pretty quickly. It's still a 2-possession game right now at the moment, 57-51. You might elect to play defense here. I mean, there's 1:11 left. Hammock has it. Oh, give and go to Edwards. And that could have been a dagger right there.
I tell you can see why this Melbourne team finished the season as they did. They play tough and they don't quit.
And they got a lot of weapons. And there's a nice drive from Carver. He's got the last 2 buckets for the Wolves. But right now they're spinning their wheels just a bit because they didn't get that stop. Got to get a stop on this next possession. They're going to call a timeout and talk about how they want to attack this inbounds. Let's take a quick one. We'll be back. It was a full.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
We'll be sending someone down to get some interviews here in just a moment. Whoever comes out on top. And right now, Lincoln's going to have to get this clock stopped. Wow, Hammock flashed wide open for a moment. They got Cushing with the ball. I'm sorry, I keep calling him Cushing. That's Colin Teague. There's Edwards. He dishes it off, and Job steals it. Job got a couple men up ahead. Carver loses it. Loose ball back to Job. Job, wow, step through, no good. Hammock with the rebound, and there's a run out and a steal. And we got a foul in the backcourt here. Couldn't hear the whistle. The arena got so loud. And a foul on Lincoln. That's going to be a shooting foul at this point in the bonus.
Definitely a lot of physicality down there on Job, but he was definitely the one who instigated it. He was backing him down in there, and they just kind of responded to what he was doing. And I'm not saying there was or wasn't a foul, but it's up to the officials. But definitely a tough way to end the game for Lincoln.
Yeah. Teague, first free throw attempt in the game. That was not what he wanted or expected there, I don't think. Very short. Let's see if he can get the second one to go. 59-53. A lot of nerves playing in the state tournament. Second one, better looking shot. It doesn't fall in, though.
They got to go
down
fast.
To 17. Carver handoff. Cushing going to take one. That might hit Bank. It kind of hit in between them. No good. Hammock with another rebound. He was big late with those rebounds and some blocks. And the give and go to Edwards was another pivotal play he made. Got the foul. Let's pull up our locals one more time as we're getting ready for this free throw here. We'll go quickly to G.H. Miller and Sons over for the Melbourne Bearcats. And Harp's Food Stores for the Lincoln Wolves. First free throw was no good. Hit the front iron.
Yeah, it's a mistake by Lincoln to not foul them sooner, even if you have to, go hit them, because you're out of this game, and they missed both free throws.
Yeah, they missed 4 late, but too little too late. There's Campbell off the bank. It's good. Heck, it's a 3-point game. If they can get a steal, you never know. You could get a quick outlet for a 3 and get it off.
So is that the last timeout? That was Lincoln's timeout,
That's
right?
The last timeout.
Last timeout for Lincoln. So they can't advance it with a timeout. Is that how it works in high school?
No.
No?
No, they can't advance it. It'll be inbound from the baseline.
So they got to not only miss these 2 free throws, but then they have to find a way to get it to a shooter down here from the baseline.
Can we get another shot, Aaron, of the student section as the cheerleaders are getting them going for Melbourne? Trying not to get that basketball goal in our shot, but a little tough angle for us. They have been rowdy today. Been a good group for the Bearcats. Melbourne not a real far trip from over here. Definitely not, Lincoln's got to come a little further for sure. But there has been a bunch of Lincoln fans on our side right below us. And they've had a lot to cheer about, but their backs are against the wall right now. 59-56, 3-point game. It's basically, they could miss free throws again, but really, if you don't get a steal here, it's probably over. They're going to get it in, and they're going to foul Colin Teague, who just missed 2.
Yeah, 2.6. So if you don't get the free throws here, now you got to find a way as a coach to get a play into your guys' heads, just some kind of plan here to get, if they miss both, 2.6, just a lot going on right now.
I'm going to show my age here, but if Tyus Edney can go in 4.7 the length of the court, one of these guys can go half the court and get a decent look.
And that'll do it.
Come on, Brad. You're my age. You're my age, almost.
Ain't none of these guys fast as Tyus Edney was.
No, but they could get half court. That's what I said. He makes them both, it ain't going to matter. So after airballing 1 and missing 1, he makes 2 in a row, and Campbell's shot from half court is good! And it counted, but unfortunately it was a 5-point margin. Wow. Lincoln definitely did not go down without a fight. Did we have someone sit down there to get the players, coaches up here?
No. Are we doing a post game with Allen, or just?
We're going to get him to bring coaches.
Okay.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll get some coaches up here and some players, and we'll have our D3 Auto Sales player to name as well.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
It's so hot, you're gonna think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not gonna believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot, because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
All right, we're back at the Pioneer Pavilion. We got Allen down there. We're going to see if he can get somebody up here real quick. We'll interview him, but if not, we're going to finish up here. Tanner Williams, second half, had 11 points all in the second half. He was huge. All game long, Hayden Edwards, I mean, he was huge. He had 12 at the break, added 2 in the third, and in the fourth he went off again with another 9 points. So he ended up with 23 in the game. 13 points for Brendan Birch and 11 for Malcolm Hammock. And also Colin Teague with those 2 free throws late added to his totals. He's got 4. All right, we got some up here. Let's get some headsets available. Y'all come through real quick. Can they get behind y'all real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Now we can go back.
You want me to give this to Hayden?
Yeah. No. We have another one. We got 3. Should. There we go.
Here we go. Yep.
All right. You got us ready now? Here we go. Fix to get the camera over here. Thank you. Okay, we've got number 22, Brendan Birch up here, and we've got number 2, Hayden Edwards. Hayden Edwards, 23 points. You're a D3 Auto Sales Player of the Game. Third period, what happened, man? You were filling up the third period. You had 2, and they kind of, that was a good period for y'all, though. Y'all held them to only 7 total in the third. That's when y'all made y'all's run. But,
yes, sir.
You got back going in the fourth.
We come out at halftime. We try to take over that third quarter, the first couple minutes, and we bring a lot of energy out and try to jump on them quick. And we got a thing. If we knock down those first 2 minutes, we think we can get rid of the rest of the game.
Yes, sir. Y'all are fun to watch. Y'all get up and down the court, and what me and Carson talked about a lot was y'all got multiple guys that can really go get your own shot, and you really, in transition, you're going. I mean, it's full speed. Obviously, you had that throwdown. I was about to say Melbourne giving Lincoln a taste of their own medicine, but you were throwing it down right then. I couldn't even get the words. I was like, I had to get excited and get into all that hype. But that was fun, man. You left no doubt on that one.
Yes, sir.
Number 22 here, Brendan Birch, just 3 made threes, 13 points is what we ended up having you for. Big-time game, hitting those outside shots. Y'all weren't hitting a lot of them. You had Hammock had 1, and I think you got all the rest. And those really helped stretch them out a little bit, kind of open the court up. Talk to me about your game today and what it was going against that Lincoln team. They were scrappy. They were definitely not a true 4.
Well, they came out and they threw a big punch at us, but we came out and we threw 3 more big punches every other quarter. We're a big third quarter team. We like to come out locker room. We like to, he said, win the first 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
What I try to do, fill my role, knock down free throws when I get there, knock down the open shots, attack when my team needs it.
Yes, sir. Coach Bailey, big-time performance today from your team. I mean, I think you knew coming in that was a very good team and a tough draw for a 4 seed. How are you feeling right now?
Relieved.
Right.
In the tournament play, the first one's oftentimes the hardest.
Right.
Against a great Lincoln team. We didn't play our best basketball today, and we feel fortunate to come out of here. But it's because we got a tough team, right? We've taken punches like that before. We've been tested. We've played great teams. We've played great competition. We've had tough practices. We were prepared for that, and I'm glad it showed.
Yes, sir. First half, I alluded to it multiple times. I don't think y'all turn it over that much normally. Lincoln had a lot of hands in the cookie jar, kind of poking picking the pocket and knocking it loose. Y'all definitely cleaned that up a lot, and it seemed like y'all were doing more of that to them the second half. What did you talk to them about at halftime?
Well, we talked about offensive physicality. I thought they were the more physical team in the first half. We talked about finishing around the basket a little bit cleaner, taking care of the rock, of course. A lot of that was just us rushing and being in a hurry. So we talked about that. We talked about rebounding on the defensive end because we feel like if we can rebound, we can push with anybody and we can get some stuff in transition. And we did that in the third quarter, kind of got us settled into the game. So those were the two big things. And then on the defensive end, trying to protect the basket, which they're really good at getting there.
Right.
So some of that, you can't do much about, but I thought we did a better job, especially in the third quarter. We held them to 7 or 8 points. We did that because we kept them from getting to the rim.
Yes, sir. I felt like Hammock was really big coming down the stretch, too. Had a big block on Job down there, and that give and go to you on one of those plays late. And that was a nice bucket to kind of keep the separation at the time. Well, guys, we're up against it. We got the next game coming up. Appreciate y'all coming up here. Congratulations on winning. Congratulations on the D3 Auto Sales Player of the Game, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you very much.
Huge victory. Who do y'all got next? The winner
We'll
of?
find out tomorrow. It's Bald Knob or Prescott, I believe.
That's right. So it's going to be a good one. Could be another Wolf.
Could be.
You might have to play Curly Wolf this time.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Y'all for coming
Appreciate you
up.
having us.
Hit that switcher for me, Brad. Hey, Aaron, hit that switcher for us, please. All right, we're going to close this one out. 61-59 to final. The Melbourne Bearcats moving on, taking on the winner of Prescott and I don't even remember what he said now. Do you? It was Prescott and
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, sorry. We'll pull up a bracket. We'll get you to a bracket update here in a little bit. But we got another game coming. It's the Dover Lady Pirates, the 1 seed, taking on the 4, the Center Point Lady Knights. We'll be back right after this new string.